Okay, check this out. Ford has been cooking lately because this thing is pretty insane. Today, I'm gonna show you why you should pick this trim if you want the Expedition. Let's roll! Okay, so let's begin first with the front end. What's different to the standard Expedition, the lowest trim or the highest trim? Well, this thing scares people the way it looks. It actually looks like an army vehicle, especially with this green on the outside, kind of like brownish green. I love it. It's so muscular. It just screams, I'm ready to tackle any parking lot without any problem. First up, Expedition badge painted in black, so that you can see it when someone is tailgating you. Next thing, we have the grille, different to the standard Expedition. We have this sort of carbonized gray color with a bit of a sparkle, beautiful. LED daylight running lights, of course, love that. Sort of like a C ladder. And then the grille itself has a different carve compared to the standard Expedition, more rugged, more off-roady. Moving further down, we have the entire LED bar. Now, one thing you notice is this doesn't have it all the way connected. It's just the bottom portion for the daylight running lights. Moving further down, we have the bumper, which is now more aggressive, more rugged, because they want to make sure that you know that this is an off-road 3-row SUV. Next thing, we have the painted bumper portion for the vents in orange, so that this gives it more rugged experience. It's part of the Tremor package. If you know the F-150 Tremor, similar to this. Further down, the same way we have the recovery hooks painted. This comes with recovery hooks, which is very important. And then at the bottom, we have protection. The skid plate for the engine, back for the transmission, so that you can be protected when you take this off-road. Although I highly doubt many people are going to take this off-road with the size of this thing. But then you never know. Moving on to the side profile, the first thing you notice, the wheels. 18-inch wheels with 33-inch tires, grabber off-road all-terrain. These things are made for off-roading, and I love the fact that they have included in this package. Now, you're probably wondering, man, those things must be loud. We'll talk about that when we go for a drive, because it shocked me. The wheels have that galvanized gray color matching the front grille. Love that. And in case if you want to lower the tire pressure, or you get stuck somewhere and you have to lower the tire pressure, guess what? They painted one portion off the wheel so that you can find the valve easily. Love that. Next thing, people passing you on the side, guess what? They're going to figure out this is the Tremor Expedition. How? There's a badge right there. And of course, they could not miss side step. But unlike the standard Expedition, which has automatic fold and unfold option, they've included, well, the standard fixed model. And it's got these holes in between so that when the mud and everything gets stuck in there, well, there's a way for you to clean it so everything just falls down. On top of that, snow is not going to stick in it. It's just going to go through those holes. That's the whole point of it. And gives you protection because, oh yeah, you can take that off and use it as a weapon, maybe. Next thing, painted side mirrors in black. Love that. We've got the rails at the top. And one thing I noticed is that this light at the end, which I'm assuming it's a nighttime light. That's what it is, because it's not in the standards model. And then we have the painted in black roof rails at the top. These are metal. In terms of convenience, guess what? You can lock the front door or the rear door just by tapping on top of the door handle and then walk away. Plus, of course, this is a Ford, so it gives you that code-based locking system. It's on the right side of the driver. You put in the code, throw the key inside, lock it, and go camping. Nobody can unlock it or break the car. Extra features, safety features, which I love that. Same thing with the wheels in the back. We've got the 18-inch, beautiful design, makes this thing look like a proper rugged vehicle. On top of that, with this package, it comes with the tinted windows. So that way you don't get people going like this. How can I break in? What's that? Is that a bag? You don't need that. Moving on to the back side, we have some cool things in here too. First you notice is the Expedition badge. Now this one has the Tremor paint as a shadow, which I love that, around it so you can see exactly that this is the Expedition. And that's another way to know that this is the Tremor, because if you look carefully, there is no Tremor badge here. It's all clean. It's beautifully done. There's nothing here that screams that says Tremor except this one painted with a theme. Next thing, the bumper. Slightly different design compared to the standard Expedition. It is a bit more lifted. And we have a spare tire, which is important for a vehicle like this. If you get stuck somewhere, you want the spare tire located underneath. Now, that, I don't know how they work that out in terms of the departure angle, because if you have a spare tire underneath there, in some ways it protects the vehicle, but it also gives you less ground clearance. So maybe if you want to, you can actually just remove the tire, just put it inside. But it does work as second protection layer, let's call it that way. Next thing with this package, you get a split tailgate. You get the top option, which opens automatically, and then the second option is the bottom part. But not just that. There is an Expedition badge here that screams at you, says, "Welcome aboard, sir, on your expedition." And then another thing that this comes with the Expedition package, you got so much equipment. Here we go. Is this extra table that you can make use of. You have these little clips on the side, one in there too, and guess what? Check this out. Look at this. Put your lunch here, your fishing, your computer, and you've got plugs on this side so you can connect your laptop. Maybe if you're working here, you've got 120 volts and a 12 volts. On top of that, with this package, besides this beautiful thing, you get power third row from here to unfold and fold. And then the second row is manual. So you have to fold them automatically, but unfold them manually, which is not the end of the day. On top of that, let's just say it's nighttime. You don't have your phone with you, it's too dark. What do? Press this button right here. And then we're gonna light over here, light over on that side. You can adjust it, position where you want it, and now you got more light around here. Because you might take this camping, and you got something in here you can't see. Where the hell is my coin? Where's the keys? Where are the glasses? Well, guess what? Right in there. Love the little details. Overall, beautiful. And you get more extra space underneath there. Absolutely great features. Now, besides the lights on the tailgate and at the top, guess what? They've included two more with this package on the actual spoiler, one on each side. So even if, let's just say you have this closed, it still gives you extra 360 light around the vehicle. At nighttime camping, trust me, this thing is going to come in real handy. Okay, let's get into the inside. Let's start first with the second row. Let's start first with the third row. Now, in terms of space in the third row, you've seen me do a full review on this, so you don't need to know that. But what you need to know in terms of tech features, you've got two USB-C ports powered. Third row, you've got buttons on each side, left and right side, to fold the third row. You've got 3 seats in the back, 3 seats over here, and 2 in the front. That makes it 8 seats. This trim offers quite a lot. On top of that, I love the leather interior, the thick leather, the thick cushion, the stitching matching the Tremor package on the outside. Love the little details. And what's even more important is that, let's just say you're taking this as an Uber. You're walking in, you're trying to wonder what this vehicle is. Ford, and there's a badge in the center says Expedition. So you know, Ford Expedition. Ford Expedition. Now let's talk about the second row. First thing, if you want to fold the seats, you can do it manually, but also automatically from the buttons in the back, and what you can do is move the seat forward if you wanted more space. You can do that, and look at that, fold. And it is this, all three seats are separated, so you can fold them one by one. I absolutely love this leather interior. Like, it's so thick and so cushy. I love that. Next thing, we'll jump in. And of course, with this package, it has rubber mats all over the place just to make sure it protects. And it feels like they were 3D printed because they fit in perfectly. Now, next thing, I noticed something interesting, and my first time seeing this in a car. This has like a folder style seat here. Look at this. You've got two pockets that you can store stuff. On top of that, let's just say you want to charge your phone. Guess what? There's a USB-C port right in here underneath. And let's just say it's too hot in here. You don't want to bother the person in the front, the driver. He's driving. He or she is driving. You don't want to do that. Guess what? You've got the climate control unit with this package here, plus the Expedition badge in there. But let's just say you want to put the cup you're holding somewhere. What do? There's nothing here. It's right in front over there. Beautiful. On top of that, you can even slide your phone in there. And let's say you have your laptop with you. Guess what? There's 120 volts charge right there. And let's just say there's no one sitting here. And you just want to make... Did I break something? A little plastic piece. That's fine, don't worry. Let's just say you don't have anybody sitting in the middle and you just want to put some stuff in here. Baby stuff, your laptop, anything. Right in there. It's brilliant. What else do you want? Plus, if it's too dark, what do? Daytime, there's not enough light here. I want to see more. Or you're driving at nighttime. What do? Panoramic roof. It's got everything. There's lights on this side, hangers. You got stuff in here that you can hang. This thing, it's a freaking house on wheels. All you're missing is the kitchen, which you probably don't need because you just do drive-through. Look at this. It's got so much to offer. I think I broke that. What was that plastic, man? Okay, here we go. First thing, we've got the Expedition badge, the Ford badge on the back. So you know, there's a side step, really handy because it's a big SUV. You've got the handle over here too. And you jump into this comfortable seat that has the Tremor badge plus the beautiful stitching all around. Absolutely love it. And you are welcomed by a lot of tech, a new design, more stitching on the dashboard, a massive speaker B&O audio system all the way across, the screen in front of you that welcomes you as says Expedition. Let's start it up and let's talk about everything it offers in here. Start button right in there. And here we are. It is boiling in here. I don't even know why I got this freaking vest with me. Here we go. This part here is where the climate unit is. Pretty easy to use. Low temperature all the way. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Beautiful. I can even control the rear side here if my guy in the back is... can I lock it? No, he doesn't want me to lock it. Let's just lower the temperature. Are you lowering the temperature in the back? Yes, you are. I can see the numbers going down. Try that again. I can see it here. Look at that. Smart. I can even turn it off and I can lock you if I want it, but I'll let you enjoy it. First thing, massive screen here, built-in navigation in this case. Absolutely love that. Easy to use, lots of tech features. This is Android based, so you've got your Google Maps built in. You can connect your phone wirelessly, YouTube channel to watch my reviews, Spotify, Waze, Google News, all the good things are in here. You've got your shortcuts for the screen in front of you from here, so you can switch it up to whatever you wanted to get rid of. You can get rid of it easily, you know, mix it up and add all these features in there, weather, trip, all that stuff. But that's the screen at the top. Love this. There's also, with this package, a 360 camera, which is nice and handy with multi features. Look at that. You're for towing as well, which is really important for a vehicle this size. You go back into the main menu, you go into the vehicle side. Now, this is very important. With a Tremor package, it gives you, you've seen this before, trail turn assist. Basically, it locks the rear wheels and it will do a full turn to give you access to the road that you like. Brilliant. Then we've got the lighting. Now, let's talk about this. We've got zone lighting, which gives you that 360 zone that we talked about at nighttime. This is going to come in real handy. Absolutely love that. And you can select whichever one. So you can turn it on, you can do the front, You can do the side, like look at this. I love that. And you can turn it off. Same thing for the interior. We have interior lighting. Like this is not even a luxury vehicle. Look at that, so much. And then we've got the exterior, which are the standards. We have your high beam headlamps. This does come with fog lights as well. You can turn them on from here because it is super important. We've got more settings, your driver memory in this case. You can control the rear climate from here, but that one is super important. You can open the tailgate, each one, because it's split in two. Real nice and handy. You have a shortcut for the light right onto this side because huge screen. You go back into the main menu and you got access to your map and some extra features. And you connect your phone. Love that. When you're in off-road mode, and I think this is nice and handy for a vehicle this size, it gives you these front tires, tire marks technically, that you can basically use to navigate certain areas where your visibility is very, very low. Look at that. And it will point the tires wherever you want them to. Absolutely love this feature. Brilliant to have it in this vehicle. Now let's move on to the screen, the main screen at the top. Okay, let's talk about the screen over there. It is not touch screen, so don't try and touch it. It's silly. It offers so much. You've got the map on the right side. You've got the driver assistant on this side. You've got the off-road status. You can go through different driving modes. So we've got basically your normal, balanced, towing, trailer, heavy payload, eco, sport, slippery, off-road, and rock crawl. Now, in this case, we have to shift automatically, well, it does automatically into 4L. So we're going to put it in neutral, so it automatically goes into that. Next thing, in the center, we've got two cup holders in here, nice and handy. Then you open this thing, you have your wireless charging pad plus a USB and a USB-C port and the trail assist for here for Pro Trail, in case if you want to make use of it. Really smart. In fact, they showed us how to use this at the event that we went, and it was really easy because it gives you so many features and it makes trailing even easier than before. I love that. Next thing, we've got the cover option. If you don't want to look at the phone or you don't want anybody to disturb it, you just close it perfectly. And guess what? This entire thing moves to give you access to more space around here. Next thing, let's just say you're sitting in the back and you've got your kids or whatever, and you've got a tablet you want them to watch. You know, a lot of parents do that. Guess what? You can slide your phone right there. It holds it nice and tight. Or your tablet. It's in fact long enough that will fit pretty much any tablet within the next 5 years. After that, you're going to be too big for this. Okay, let's talk about this bad boy. It uses a V6 3.5 liter twin turbocharged EcoBoost with the high output making about 440 brake horsepower. The engine is superb. 4-wheel drive, 10-speed automatic transmission, shifts very fast. The 10-speed, Ford has nailed it. Sometimes you feel like you don't need 10 speeds, but this is a smooth, fast transmission. We're gonna put it in 4-wheel high. We've got it in sport mode. You put your foot down and this bad boy moves. Now, mind you, this is over 5,500 pounds SUV. It's a heavy beast. Tows up to 9,500 pounds or so, I believe, over 9,000 essentially. Tows pretty well. Now, let's talk about the good news. The good news, even though it's on off-road tires, you would think that you'd hear the road noise quite a lot. In fact, you really don't, and that shocked me because I expected this thing to make a lot of road noise, but it doesn't. It's very well balanced in terms of the noise. Like, you hear a little bit, but that's about it. Like, you wouldn't notice it if you didn't know that it had off-road tires, and I love that. And next thing, it's got quite a lot of tech for the driver and the passengers. So plus, you can fix the pedals with this package back and forth, so you can position them how you like them. And the steering wheel with the remote control, with the control that you have here onto the steering wheel. This is kind of like a haptic, so you have to find it. And most importantly, my favorite thing with this package is the side view mirror. Like, look at that, the camera, similar to what you see in the Hyundai Palisade and the Genesis. But problem is that when I hover over with this button, it kind of blocks it. So I don't know if they thought about it, but look, I can't see it. I have to wait for it to go in order to get the best visibility. Having said that, you still have the side mirrors. It's not really sort of like a must-have thing to fix, but that was kind of interesting because it overlays it and you don't get the same visibility. And that's for both sides. If you do left side, and I have, look at that, it blocked me. So I have to use the side mirrors, but it goes away really quickly. I mean, how many times are you going to use these two simultaneously? Almost never. This bad boy moves. Look at that. It moves. It's a fast V6. And when you get on the highway, press the button, Blue Cruise is on. Look at that. It knows you're on a major highway, hands-free. There we go. Brilliant. In fact, I just got an email today with the latest Blue Cruise update, which I wasn't able to read the whole thing, but I'm assuming they're doing a lot of updates to lane assist, center laning as well. So it's the new software. Brilliant. This is fantastic. Great package. Let's just go to the speed limit of 100 kilometers an hour, and there you go. It also does lane switching onto the right, for example, automatically. Look at that. Beautiful. The driver's side and the passenger have lumbar support and powered seats for front. I mean, it's an expensive package. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's do another lane switch as well. Here we go, automatic. It knows it is safe and it's done. You just turn off this indicator. Now, it can also detect it automatically, meaning that if it needs to move lanes, it will, which is great. One thing I love about the Expedition is that it doesn't have a giant screen all the way across. It's just enough. It has premium audio system by B&O. You have that speaker onto that side over there, speakers on the door all the way to the third row. 20 plus speakers or so. That's more than you'll ever need. The ride is soft. It's comfortable. Even though it is tuned for a bit of off-roading, it's still very enjoyable. And it doesn't feel like it has an off-road package. It feels more like a standard Expedition. Unless you look at it from the outside and you realize that it is an off-road package. I love what they've done with this. Now let's talk about some of the things that I don't agree with this package. First, it's the fact that you don't get that cooler. Second, you don't get that rear view mirror, which I think it's very helpful for an off-road vehicle where it shows you the rear side of the vehicle. I think that would have been a great add-on to this, but I'm assuming they're saving that for another package, which is the King Ranch. The next thing is that it is a bit pricey, but let me explain that. In the US, you're looking at about $83,000 for this, and in Canada, about $104,000. I know, cars are getting expensive. Cost of producing cars is getting expensive. But do you really need a Tremor? Well, that comes down to you. I think the Platinum package, it's probably the best package out of all of them. It's kind of like the sweet spot because you get quite a lot for less money than King Ranch and Tremor. But let's just say that you actually need a vehicle like this. You live in the countryside, you've got a big family, you want to tow, you need that safety for the tires where you know you're not going to get stuck. You have the all-wheel drive with lock and differential, trail assist, one pedal assist as well downhill. I must have that because that's where I live. That this is the package to go for. Even winter time, this is going to be amazing on winter. If you go to deep areas with snow where roads are not maintained constantly, like downtown Toronto, like I would need this. Nobody that lives downtown Toronto actually needs this package. But they're not thinking about just for these people. They're thinking about people that do need to have this package. That's where I think this package shines. If you need that, then this package will give you everything you need, including, look at this, Blue Cruise. I love this thing for long trips.